Hey everyone, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood board gamer, and this is Devin Talks Tabletop, the YouTube channel where the games are made up. What I say doesn't matter. And tonight, we are talking about Draft and Write Records from InsideUp Games. These are the people that brought us Summit, that brought us Earth, that brought us games like The Quick and the Undead, Gorus Maximus, Block and Key. That's their catalog that I know of, and this is their new game. This is a Draft and Write musical journey, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is my first impressions video of it. I have not played a physical copy of it. I know that there are physical prototypes out there. I know that there are reviewers who are covering the physical prototypes. I had the distinct pleasure of getting to demo this game with two individuals who I greatly appreciate. The first one is Connor, who is the founder of InsideUp Games. He helped produce and devise and design and develop and soon to be publish Draft and Write Records. It's going to be on Kickstarter. It's going to be a campaign that you can check out if you want to. I love Connor. Connor is the person that I describe as the man with the best hugs in the board game industry. And there are people who will agree with me if you know what I'm talking about. If you go to a convention and if you know him, obviously, maybe don't run up and randomly hug him if he doesn't know you at all. You could, just I didn't tell you to do that. But he gives amazing hugs. I don't know if it's the Canadian in him or just the sharp-dressed man with the high, tight fade and the nice haircut. But something about Connor makes him give good hugs, and I like that. I like hugs. I like them. He gives good ones. So I got to play with Connor. And then the other individual I got to play with is George Georgiadis, who is the head of Oniro, which is a company that I occasionally write freelance scripts for, just on contract whenever is needed. And I was playing with the two of them on TTS, and it was scripted. Ooh, scripted TTS mods. Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me, camera that I'm looking at. Anyways, camera never talks back. It's defeating. I just wish it would one day. Just one day, Skynet, talk to me. Draft and Write Records. What it is a combo chaining, band creating, memory making draft and write game. It wasn't that I couldn't think of what to say, it was I was actively burping. So, Draft and Write Records. What you do is you start off with pretty much no one in your band. You don't have anyone. And you are going to slowly draft a lead singer, musicians, production, and behind the scenes or backstage staff. So all four of those categories. You're going to get one, then you can get up to four, then you can get up to four, and then you can get up to four. I think you can also get four musicians. I think it's 1, 4, 4, 4. And as you build out the bands, they have different skill sets. Those skills are going to connect in a northeast, southwest, or a up, down, left, right. Either way, they've got 4 skills that will connect above, to the side, and to below. And if you connect skills to different band members that are the same skills, you will unlock harmonies. And harmonies are bonuses that allow you to improve your agenda, which is getting certain things and preparing for the road. It allows you to take harmony bonuses down below that's going to make you be able to release singles, release full albums. It's going to give you cash, and you can use that cash to tour in different places on the map. So there are several different areas that you are going to be focusing your drafting on. Number 1 is your assets. Number 2 is your agenda. And then number 3 is your band. Your band is your core group of people that you will be using, but your assets and your agenda are the 2 other ways to interact with bonuses that are on the map. Because I say it's drafting. Not all of the cards you get will draft band members. Some of them will draft agendas and assets, and you have to determine which ones make more sense at the time to either block what an opponent is going for, to either make the most efficient move for you, or to unlock the highest potential chaining of combos and harmonies and bonuses as the game goes on. your goal is to have the most points at the end of the game. And you do that by really creating a synergy between all of the different things you're drafting, the people in your band, and what you're going after in both the agenda section and the assets section. It's a lot of fun. And it's one of those games that, you know, don't worry about the theme, don't worry about the mechanics. It's just one of those games that when you get done, if you win or if you lose, you're like, ooh, I could do that differently next time. Let's run it back. And it's like you want to keep playing. You want to play again and again. And it's the kind of game where you're like, you know, sometimes people bring a 30-minute game to the table and you're like, you know what? I'm going to play this 30-minute game and then I'm going to move on to a different game. This is in that category of games for me that was like, you play a 30-minute game, you're like, well, we could just play we could play this again. We could play this for another time. And, you know, this could comprise the entirety of our game night, just playing this game multiple times. I lost horrendously. I lost to George, but I lost to George by a respectable like 4 points. But when you see what George and I scored and what Connor scored, well, Connor and his son, but if you see what they scored and what we scored, the disparity was large. It was a large disparity between us. And I still, you know, I got my butt kicked. And I really was like, ooh, okay, let's play again. And I felt that way recently about Targi. You know, I really enjoyed this one. It had a lot of interest into it. I love the art. The artwork is fantastic. The artwork of the band members and all of that, like, really creates a fun visual environment. I think there's going to be some optional playmats just based off of what I saw on TTS, and those are going to give you kind of visual backdrops for you to put your band members on, and I really did enjoy that. I'd probably track those down for myself, because instead of having the cards just in a pile or something, or, you know, you leave them spread out on the table, like you have a physical space to put them, I enjoyed that. I really think that music was the right theme for this game, because I like the idea of these harmonies that you can create between your band members. It's like when you find the right team and they mesh well and they work together, whether it's music or whether it's anything else. But in music particularly, just like the idea of harmony, the idea of finding your voice. There's a lot of thematic, you know, figurative sensibilities to why music works as a theme, and I just liked how it played out. It is a clever game. It's a clever game where I felt like I was pursuing something meaningful, valuable, and I was to a certain extent, and then to see how much deeper Connor was able to like go and to extract such a higher score from the level of synergy and from the level of comboing that he did with all of the bonuses by the end of the game. It was so cool to see that, and I thoroughly enjoyed that experience. And I think that is an appropriate takeaway for Draft and Write Records, is it is a game that as much as you want to jump into it and pull out the depth and strategy of that game, you can. It is a game that you can casually enjoy with friends as you guys are trying to, you know, compete to see who makes the best band and score the most points, or it is this dense, rich strategy experience where you can really dig deep and find all of these connections between the different sections of agenda and assets and harmonies in your band, and really discover some high ceilings for point scoring. For sure, I think that it was a testament to the spectrum in which you can play this game to see how handily I was beaten. It was really cool, because I had a fantastic time, and I thought, you know, I thought I acquitted myself admirably in terms of the game, and then I just got floored. I got absolutely floored. But it was still so much fun, and I wanted to play it again. And I think that is, to me, a testament to a good game. If you lose and you're like, let's play it again, I don't even mind, let's play it again, I'm going to try and do better this next time, that's always a good game in my mind. So, Draft and Write Records, InsideUp Games, first impressions. Again, I've only played it one time, but I want to play it more. That sounded like a sign-off, but I don't think I've done a timestamp this video. Timestamp.